Put the police station next door if you want to have lunch or a drink here, Dylan's. But up above it is the carving where the police station used to be located. The other cool thing is we're driving over a highway, Interstate 90 is down below us. This road, if you drove it all the way, it'll end in Seattle, Washington. About 3,200 miles from here. Anybody for a road trip, I'll drive. I like driving. But you have to take my fuel and my beer. Might cost you more for the beer. Now, if you're thinking of music as a career, a wonderful picture window overlooking Fenway Park. You can have lunch there. It's not just a bar, it is a lunch place. You can take a tour of Fenway. The next will be at 1 o'clock. It's an hour-long tour of Fenway. These guys are all dressed up in the old suits. Hello, Dolly. Now, this is stop 12 where these people are standing. If you want to do the tour of Fenway, you walk down the end of the stadium. If you want to go to Mark Wahlberg's place, right down the end of the stadium, take a right, go as far as you can, take a left onto Klein Avenue. The statues behind us are three different areas from the Red Sox. The first statue with forest grouping is 1946 Red Sox, Johnny Pesky, Bobby Doerr, Ted Williams, and Don DiMaggio, Joe's brother. The middle one is Curry and Skrimsky. They called him Yaz. He took Ted Williams' place when Ted retired in left field. The last one, the boy, there's Ted Williams handing his hat to a little boy. Over to your left here, this is a gas station. If the Red Sox were actually playing a game today, he shuts down his gas pumps 2 hours before a game. You can see the sign in Fenway event, $60 a car. He makes $500,000 total year parking fees alone, cash. I'm sure he puts every penny to the IRS like we all do. Money here. Now, if you go back to World War II, the President of the United States has everybody in the United States to grow fresh vegetables that we call victory gardens. You're looking at one to our right here. These are little garden plots, and everybody was asked to grow fresh produce for the troops and ship it overseas. This is the only one left in Boston. There was 45 of these gardens just in Boston at one point. The 10-year wait to get a plot here. They pass them down to their kids and grandkids. Well, that way you make it up because they just legalized marijuana. You can have 12 plants, family plants. Now, if you are interested in coming to Boston when the Red Sox are playing a game in town, you stay to the end of the game. The Red Sox, the new owners, have been owning the Red Sox for about 15 years now. They play a wonderful song, only if they win. It's called Dirty Water. Remember it? Let's sing along. That's what's happening, baby. Peace. But I know that dirty water. I'll send you my home. Now, if you're old enough and you're living in the 60s, that was 1965, the Standells was the name of that group that made probably a one-hit wonder. To be a billionaire to live here. Yeah, look at the rooftop deck. I can see grapevines on this end. I can see all these wonderful, almost like trees at this point. They're so big. And I didn't know, but he's from Canada. If you're from Canada, you probably would know that. But he announced he might run for Prime Minister. Just think if he gets in, we can call him Trump of the North. So this is the only part of Commonwealth that we're allowed to drive on with the trolleys. To be a billionaire to live here. Yeah, look at the rooftop deck. I can see grapevines on this end. I can see all these wonderful, almost like trees at this point. They're so big. And I didn't know, but he's from Canada. If you're from Canada, you probably would know that. But he announced he might run for Prime Minister. train. It's like 5 minutes by train. Real easy. Now, if you want to live in Boston, this is just come on the market about 6 months ago. This red brick building, it was apartments. It's now luxury residences in place. The Elliott Hotel. And the last hotel I'm aware of that still has an elevator operated to take you up to your rooms like all the old-fashioned hotels used to have. I think there's over 40 rooms in this building, but look at the detail on this building. Again, all hand-carved stone. This is limestone, a little softer than granite. In another month, you won't be able to see the front of this building because the ivy will cover it. On the right here. The next building of interest will also be on your right side. It's not this light, but the next light. It looks like a church, and it was a major church. It had a fire 30-something years ago. The right side, the back side caved in. Look inside the church today. It was saved by an architect. Where they used to pray is now the courtyard for the condos he put up. Beautiful, beautiful place to live. Right on the Charles River. Now this is the Charles River, and you probably see no sailboats up the ship. Earlier this morning we drove over, there's people rowing. It's a big, big sport. Most of the major colleges there have routines. The other cool thing about this is MIT on the right. That's the campus of MIT. The left side is their dorms. One of the great stories about the engineers at MIT, they get bored once in a while. They're the smartest people probably in the country. They bought a junk car. They painted it like a police cruiser. Somehow they got it